I don't know if you know what is gamification. So we will start with a short definition. The most usual definition is that gamification is the use of game-designed elements in non-game contexts. There is a big difference between gamification and games, and usually the people is confusing it. For example, when you are using gamification, you are not playing any game. However, the people say game and gamify environment, and we call players the people who is involved in the gamified environment, but you are not necessarily playing nothing. So I will show some examples later that show that you are not playing, but it's called gamification. And then you have the serious games. For example, in education is when you prepare or use a game, a traditional game, but you change something to teach some topics. For example, I don't know, in mathematics, for example, sometimes we use this domino just to, we change the rules just to teach something related with math. This is serious games, and here we will focus on gamification. Which kind of elements we are talking about? We are talking about, for example, badges. When you get a badge just to do something, you are using gamification. Then you can add another component that is the avatar, that is a visual representation of each player in the game. And again, it's not a player and it's not a game, it's a gamified environment and people involved in it. So for example, when you get your photo in something, or you get a real character like this monster, red monster, it can be your avatar. Then another component from gamification is the unlucky content, is when you have something that you need to finish a previous task to get the next task, or for example, when you need to pass a level to get the next level. Another important component are the levels, that all of us know what's the meaning of the levels, but you can find two different kind of levels. You can find the levels that are connected, so you need to finish one level to get the next one, or this kind of islands or a stage where you need to go, collect something, and then you can change the island. This is called also levels. Another component are the progress bars, that this kind of bar that are showing you how it's going, your game, or if you are getting the points or no. Then we have the points, that is a visual representation about how it's going your game. Then we have the leaderboards, that is an order about the players in the game. Sometimes you can show all the players in the game, or you can show only the first 3 people or the first 10 people, just to show who is the best in this gamified environment. Another component that is really usual is the coins or the goods that you are getting during the game. And with these goods, you can, or coins, you can buy some powers inside the game, or you can protect you about something during the game. These are the most popular elements in gamification. And you can combine more than one of them just to promote something that we can see later in the presentation. Then you have the components that are the visual elements in the game, is the things that you are watching during the game. And then you have behind that the mechanics. The mechanics are the feelings that the player experiment during the gamified experience, and these mechanics are promoted by the elements. So for example, if you want to reward someone, you can give them points. So you are using the points, that is a visual component, to promote the mechanics of reward in the game. So the most popular mechanics are the challenge. For example, when you need to get some coins to get the next level. So you are offering coins and levels to promote the challenge. Or another mechanic is the reward. Another mechanic is the progress that you can show through the progress bar or leaderboards, or if you are changing the avatar according to progress in the game. Then you have the mechanics of the status, the feedback, and the collaboration. For example, in education, feedback and reward and progress are the most usual that we use because we want to show the students how it's going, everything in the course or in an activity or in a lesson. You can decide when you want to use. So during the Gamify experience, you need to design the elements and the mechanics that you want to use and why. And this is the important question at the beginning of this design of a Gamify experience. Why I will use it? The three most important things are the motivation. It's full of papers and research connecting motivation and gamification. And it shows that there is a really hard relationship between motivation and gamification. Another reason to use gamification is engagement. You can engage people and you can keep them inside the Gamify experience. And another reason is behavior change. When you want to change something in your students, in your clients, in your team, you can use some games elements to change these behaviors. So where we can find gamification? Maybe you already think, oh, this is gamification, but where? Everywhere. We are using gamification all the time, everywhere. And sometimes after to listen or read about gamification, the people start to discover, oh, this is gamification, I never noticed it. So I will show you some examples about gamification and we can explore a little more. And please, if you have any question about gamification or anything about this topic, please ask me. You can open the microphone and interrupt me. For example, the most basic Gamify experience are the loyalty systems. Do you know it? Do you use it? Yes, Lina. Great. What happened with the others? What do you think? I can see the chat. Here. Someone is writing in the chat. No, Diego, no, Zaira, okay. You are not collecting any points in the supermarket. You don't have a car in the supermarket collecting the points. Yes, Diego changed the opinion. Oh, yes. Zaira, I find you using gamification. Well, this is the most basic gamification. When you are giving some points, some coins, some elements to your students, for example, or in this case, the companies use it with the clients just to get them inside. For example, in this photo, you can see a card for a coffee house. So if you are buying 9 coffees there, you are getting for free the 10th coffee. So how many elements do you think that we are using here? Oops, sorry. Oh, no. What do you think? How many elements we have here? Points, reward. Well, Silvia, so we have 2 different things, no? We have the components, the visual representation of something, that in this case are the points or maybe the stamp on the top of the number, and we are promoting the reward. And why we are using it? Why the company or the coffee shop here start to do that? To engage? Well, what more? This way to keep drinking coffee in the same place as a challenge. Well, motivate people, great, perfect. Yes, probably the coffee shop wants the people buying their coffee, so it's a way to promote them. So you can motivate the people to buy your coffee. You can engage people to buy your coffee, or maybe someone put there a challenge. Maybe you want to challenge the people, because sometimes you decide, oh, I will drink one coffee more to get the next stamp, and I will close to get my free coffee. So it's a way to challenge the people to drink more coffee. And to give a reward to your clients, just to say, thank you to buy here. I'm really grateful with that, and I will give you some points. So this is a really basic gamified experience, and it's also without technology, because you can give your clients just a card, a cartoon card, a paper card, sorry, and put the stamp or sign that, and it's more than enough. Another more complex example, motivation to do a sport. Someone use some app to do a sport? I'm not fan of the sport. I have to really honest. Okay, Petra, you are using one? Maybe you, no? Okay.
Not one of these, no.
No, which one do you use it?
I think it's, I don't know the name, it's counting steps.
Counting steps, okay. And how is working on, can you describe? Do you want to describe a little? You are getting some points or something?
It's at the end of the day, yes, you get like a reward when you, and if the more steps you take in a day, the better the reward is. Even though it's only a symbol, like.
Okay, you are getting a badge just for that.
A badge, yeah.
Perfect, great. And Diego said he used Connect for Garmin, and he's getting medals or also badges. Well, someone is using Nike Groups or Nike Plus, I think is the name of the app. Okay, here we have some examples. For example, on the right side, you have challenge. So it's an app that is promoting the people challenge and run more kilometers per day or run more days in a week, for example. And in some of them, you can challenge your friends. So send a notification, hey, Petra, you need to run more because I'm winning, or something like that. And in the left side, you have some badges that someone is getting because was the longest run, the fastest first kilometer that he ran is Nike app, this one. Or for example, you are getting stamp because you ran 1 kilometer, 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers. So they are promoting, and during the day, if you notice and if you use it, they are give you some reminders that, okay, you need to get your medal today, or you need, I don't know, 100 steps more to get the next level. So it's a way to promote and engage people. Some other idea about motivation to do a sport might be different ideas. In some of them, you can create a group, so you can put all the people together with the same interest or with the same level. So for example, if I'm a starter, okay, I'm in the group with the people who is starting to run, just to the challenge is enough, but it's not a lot. That is something really important during the Gamify experience. You need to offer challenge that is possible to get it. If not, it's getting boring. So for example, it's really hard, my challenge, I can't do that, so I'm getting boring. So you can offer several points, but it's not interesting for me. Another one example is engagement to learn new language. Do you know some app for that? I'm pretty sure that you will suggest my example in advance. Duolingo, great. Yes, it's the perfect. Oh, Babel, it's good, Silvia, well done. Duolingo is the best example for gamification, to show gamification. So I have some pictures here. So if you are not familiar with Duolingo, this is your dashboard. And in the middle, I'm learning. I'm not learning Spanish, of course. It's my mother tongue. But you need to solve a challenge. And in the right side of the screen, you can see that you have a streak for several days that you are using Duolingo and practicing your language. And in the left, you have like a progress information, because it's a way to inform your progress. If you remember, I say the progress bar, and I put a photo. It's not really amazing. The photo is just a rectangle that is showing you the progress bar. But here is more visual, the idea to show it. Okay, I'm the basics, but I need to improve some of them. Another thing that you can find in Duolingo are the achievements, that is some elements that you are getting when you finish some challenge. So for example, you need to earn 200 experience points in a day to get this medal, and then this medal is getting better if you are in a streak getting the points. Or for example, I need to invite a friend, so it's a way to socialize with the others. And I have one, you are the champion in something, you maintain a 30 days streak. Then you can collect some goods or coins to buy some protection. So for example, if I have I don't know, 100 days streak and I can't play today because I'm really busy, I can buy a protection and keep my streak. So it's a way to motivate and engage again, no? Because, okay, during the days I'm collecting money just to buy, just in case that I need it. And you have the leagues, that is another aspect of gamification. So you are getting better, and you can start a competition between the people who is in the bronze league or in the silver league or in the gold league. And if you want to play with the good people, you need to work a lot in Duolingo, definitely. Okay, do you know this educational platform? No. Khan Academy is the name of the platform. Angelica, no. Okay, yes, Silvia, she knows. It's Khan Academy is a really big platform. You have a free version and a version that you need to pay, where you can use some resource for math, history, physics, every subject that you want to teach. And during the year or during the experience, your students are getting a dashboard. They have a profile, and they are getting different kinds of things related with gamification. So they are learning and also playing or in a gamified experience. Which kind of elements you can find it in this dashboard? Let me know. Someone?
Is there a
Yeah.
way to see like a bigger screen? Because I see it's
Oh.
very small. I don't understand why, but
Sorry, I miss you. Sorry.
I see the slides. I see them in a very small.
Oh, sorry.
Yes,
Okay.
I
Let me see if I can stop. I will stop to share and I will change the monitor. Let me see if I can solve it. I will see. I will try again to share and it's better now. Yes. Oh, great. Sorry, Celia and the others. For me, I'm watching the other monitor, so it looks like I'm not watching the camera, but I want to show you. I want to watch you. Okay. I will read the chat, and maybe now you can find another games elements in this dashboard. Avatar, progress, reward. Okay. Yada, it's okay the pronunciation of the name. What think the other ones? Engagement, Petra, well. Okay, for example, here in the corner, I don't know if you are not seeing my cursor avatar. Yeah, in the corner, up corner side, left side, you can find the avatar close to Anna, the name of the student, and it's a fantastic avatar. Do you know something about avatars? You want to say something that you are thinking now? In some gamified experience, you can choose your avatar. In others, no. The avatar is done and you need to use it. And in some experience, you can give the people a really simple avatar, and they are getting things, or they can buy things for the avatar. For example, you can buy glasses for the avatar, or you can change the color of the hair if you are progressing in your game. So for example, an avatar can be a way to show the progress. If you have a really simple avatar, it's because you are starting, but you have a sophisticated avatar, is because you are getting better in the game, for example. Then someone say rewards. Yes, here you have a lot of badges, different kind of badges for different things. You are collecting a different amount of badges. Then you have some protections here in the showcase. And here in the top, you can see the number of points that you have, 4,790 points about something. So for example, the student is finishing some task, or watching some videos, or reporting some exercise, and you decide which kind of elements they will get according with these ideas. So for example, if I want all my students watch a video, I will give them a medal saying, great, well done, you did it. Or maybe I want that my students practice more. So I will say, okay, if you finish the video, I will give you a medal, but if you do some task, I will offer some coins and you can buy something for your avatar, for example. So you are promoting that they finish the mandatory task and they do more tasks to improve the avatar. This is, for example, an idea that you can use. Sylvia said that she knows Khan Academy. I would like to know if she's using it with the students and if she wants to share something with us about that.
No, I'm not a teacher in school, so I used it years ago. So I don't know how Academy is really actually. But no, I never use it with students, just to have fun for myself.
Okay, great. Yeah, sometimes the people or teachers, we are looking for some ideas, but at the end we don't use it. Sometimes it's too much. In Khan Academy, they have several games elements, so sometimes the teacher is getting crazy with a lot of ideas, so sometimes better to choose which is important for me and which I will not use, definitely. Okay. Well, I think, let me see. Yeah. Okay. As I said before, I'm doing my PhD in gamification. My background is math teacher. I teach in the secondary school in Uruguay. So some time ago, I started with some experience just to collect some data for my PhD, and I started with some experience. So at the beginning, I didn't find a good platform for my idea. So I started to create by myself every dashboard for my students. I register everything in a Google spreadsheet and show them. And finally, with a colleague, we are developing a new platform for gamification. It's not open now, it's just for us because we are collecting information, but the idea then is to share with the rest of the teachers. But I would like to show some idea of this platform and how I use gamification in my class and why. As a math teacher, I was really complaining about the engagement and motivation of my students during the course. Usually they say, okay, I will do my task in math because I have to do, but it's not relevant in my life. So I start to change a little this idea using gamification. So the platform is called Ludix, is the name. If you try to find it, you can't find because it's under developing, but I hope in the future we can share with all of you. The first idea is in Spanish, but I will explain everything. I use gamification during the whole course, the whole year. So I split the course in chapters, like levels that they were changing according we changed the topic in the class. So for example, the first chapter was called Antes de Partir, before to leave, because we were starting the course and I want to be sure that everyone was in the platform, everyone has an account in the platform that we use for the materials, everything. Then the next chapter was Pueblo Function Town, because we start the course with the functions, so we were there. They can visit the different chapters and change in each one. Then I give them an avatar and a name. In this case, Bellota was the name that I choose for this girl in my class. And at the beginning of the experience, they didn't have a nice avatar. They have only a circle with the shape of a person. And then when they finish a really important task during the year, I give them the opportunity to choose one of the avatar that I create for them. So it was a way to show them the progress during the course. And during the course, I offer them two kinds of tickets. because we were traveling during the game. So they have the yellow tickets and the green tickets. They were collecting yellow tickets if according with the formal task that we did. So for example, if you get 10 points in a test, you are getting 20 yellow tickets. If you get 10 points in a special test, because we have 2 important tests during the year in Uruguay, I will offer you 45 yellow tickets. So they were collecting, and they can see the progress bar in each kind of tickets. And the green tickets, they got it for good things that they do during the class. For example, if you raise your hand to say something important or to ask something that is promoting a discussion in the class, you are getting tickets, green tickets. Or for example, if you find a new exercise and you want to share with us and share how do you did it, you are getting green points. So I want to promote them engagement in the class and the participation during the class. Then here is a green tick, but the idea there was it was appearing each task that they need to do. This girl did everything, so she has a tick. And then we have the leagues. We have 4 different leagues. The lowest league was a scooter. You can go through the course in a scooter. You can go through a bike, a motorbike, or a car. So if you get more of the 80% of each kind of tickets, you are in a car. But if you are getting less of the 20% of one of the tickets, you are in a scooter. So it's a way to show them how it's going in the course, a way to promote them to get more tickets to change the way to go through the course. After the course, the students say, teacher, you need to add a Ferrari, because if I'm really good, I want a really good car. So it's a way to show them how it's getting better. And then I add some badges. So for example, the first day they register in the platform, so they get a badge. Okay, welcome, you are here, you are getting the first badge. Then if they present a review about a mathematician, they are getting the different badges. In a moment, most of them students were presenting a review about the mathematicians. So all of them were getting the medal, but some of them present a really cool presentation, another presents just a paper saying, oh, Pythagoras was blah, blah, blah. So I start again with another medal that is the best presentation in the month. So they are getting more and more medals. Officially, the medals were nothing. They just collecting because they are collecting it. And it was not related with the final marks. Only the points, the tickets and the car or bike were related with the formal marks. But was really funny because most of them start to present something about a mathematician just to take the medal. And okay, maybe it was not important for my course, but it was important for me as a math teacher. I want to promote they know about the mathematicians. So start this kind of challenge and offer some medals and things for that. It's a way to promote it. After this experience, my students say, I really like the experience because it was clear for me, because I know what the teacher wants to do the final marks. And they feel that the feedback is more clear because as in all the games, the rules need to be clear from the beginning. And at the same time, the students say, it's really easy to me to know how it's going my course, because I go to the app and check the points check if I'm in a car or in a motorbike or in a bike, and I'm deciding, okay, I need to study more or no, I need to take more part in my class or no, I need to do the task or no. And it was funny because last time one say, okay, I was in a car and I say, okay, I can stop to study a lot of math because I'm okay. And immediately I start to get down and start to have a motorbike. So he reacts immediately and say, no, I need to start again to work really hard in math. So it's funny. It's a funny way to show them how it's going, but it's really important for them because it's clear the assessment. They know that you are taking care of different things, not only the academic performance. So in my experience, you can use it in your classes. Maybe you don't need it for all the course or during the whole course. You can use just for a task, or you can use only in one aspect, or you can use it during a term of the course. You can decide that, but it's really interesting how they are changing the behaviors in the course. In one moment, I start to stop with the class just to say, okay, we need to organize how we are participating, because most of them want to participate and show something because they want to get the green ticket. So it was getting hard for me as a teacher, but it's really funny to see how they are changing the behaviors. So I would like to discuss some things with you about gamification in general, not only in education, but we can talk a little more. And I leave a lot of questions here to discuss. Why in education? What do you think about use gamification in education? You have something that you want to ask or something that you want to say about that? Maybe you already use it. Petra, come on.
It's just talk, thank you. I think for me, I have two sons.
Okay.
And it's for them, it's like when they learning and playing, it's the same. It's so close to each other. So when they play, they learn, and when they learn, they play. When they come from kindergarten and then are not so used to the academic way of learning. So I think there are dynamics that that are very, yes, fruitful if you join it. But my only I think some ways of using gamification in education are probably how should I say, they are putting the person, the learner, as autonomous learner in the center, and some are maybe disabling the learner from making responsible decisions. So this is, I think, where we need to be careful what is a good way of using gamification. But in other ways, I think it's the way. It's really natural somehow.
Yeah, of course, that we need to take some things in mind when we are designing a gamified experience. According with theory, with the self-determination theory, that is a psychological theory about motivation, you need to promote in the people the opportunity to socialize with others. So with gamification, you can do this. The autonomy, that is really important. So I'm offering some badges that you can choose if you want to use or no. And the mastery, the competence, you need to show them, to offer the people to show that they are competent in something. So at the beginning, I say, okay, I need to offer to my students a challenge that they can do that. Because if not, it's not getting well, the gamification. So if I offer, I don't know, I will give you a green ticket only if you are doing the task every day during the course. It's really hard. Or the exercise in math is really hard, I can't do that. So I need to give some, like, okay, I will give you 1 yellow ticket if you finish your task, but I will give you 3 if you finish your task all the week. So it's a way to regulate this idea that you say, Petra. Great. Gida, I think it's a way to engage students different than traditional notes and scary. Gamification brings learning and play together. Yeah. According with this comment in the chat that Shida did, we can find 2 kinds of gamifications. We can find a content gamification, that is when you are changing the content through the games. And you can find the structural gamification, that is something related with I showed during this webinar. Content gamification is when you change the environment, but the way to teach is always the same. For example, in my classes, maybe I was really traditional. I offer them a long list of exercises you need to practice, then you can ask me something, and then we have the tests. Okay, the content is the same, the way to teach maybe is the same, but I'm changing the environment in my class. So, okay, I will offer you a really long list of exercises, but if you finish the first 3 exercises, I will give you something. And if you finish 7, I will give you something better also. So yes, they are together, as Shida say, but you are using in different ways. Maybe the way to teach is the same, but you are changing the environment. During the interview that I did to my students, I asked them, what do you think about this idea? If someone see the experience from out of the class, can say, oh, they are playing and they are collecting tickets and they are finishing the secondary school. They are starting the university next year, and in the math class, they are collecting tickets. It's really strange. And they say, no, it's really funny, because we were doing the exercise and we were talking about the tickets. So you are crashing the hard structure that we have in the class sometimes. So the funny things are important also in our classes. Okay, always need to be digital, the gamification. We talked about that at the beginning, but maybe you remember it. No, okay, well done, Cheda. No, Sylvia, perfect. No, definitely no. You can use some platforms like Khan Academy or Kahoot or Kisses or Classcraft that maybe you know, but it's not necessary. You can create a really simple dashboard or map, for example, and you stamp your coins or your points in this dashboard, and it's more than enough. Sometimes when we are starting with gamification in our classes, the teacher is a little afraid of that, because, oh, I have to teach, I have to be really concentrated in my class, and I need to control everything in a platform. And if you are doing by paper and a stamp or something like this, it's more than enough. Then you can get a next step and start with the technology, but at the beginning it's not necessary. Several elements. You don't need to add a lot of elements to start a gamified experience. We see the coffee shop example. They offer only 2 elements, the reward and the points or the stamps. It's enough. But sometimes if you are getting complex, it's better, because with the same experience, you can promote more change and more things in your students, for example. But if you are a little afraid, you can start with some coins and points, or a leaderboard, or I will give you some medals and points, no more. But it's important to think in advance how it's working everything together, because we need to take care of that. Okay, do you want to share some experience with gamification with us? Maybe you did someone in your classes or in your life and you want to share or ask something before to talk a little more about player types. That is the last question that I put there. No, nobody start with gamification in their classes. Yanti, maybe we can't hear you. I don't know if you want to talk something. At the beginning, I asked you if you use gamification or you can recognize gamification in your life, and some people say no. I remember. Now you change the opinion. You start to think in more ideas about gamification in your real life. I remember at the beginning, Zaira and Diego changed their opinion immediately. They say, oh, yes. But maybe the others I use for coding to teach it with unplugged solution. Oh, Shiada, I use it for coding to teach it with unplugged solutions. I didn't understand the last part, unplugged solutions. Maybe you can explain a little more, or you can open your microphone and talk with us. All right, because maybe you can't talk in this moment. But yeah, use it.
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, hello.
Oh, hello. Okay, maybe I can open my camera.
Oh, great, perfect.
Just give me 1 second. Okay, do you
Don't
see
worry, it's
me?
coming. Yes.
Okay. I don't know why.
And now it's perfect. We can see and hear you. Hello.
But I don't see all the rest of. I use it. I'm sorry, gamification to teach coding. With unplugged solution. So I use cards and I used to play it to make and I make challenges.
Oh, okay, great.
They have to solve the algorithm, and I organize them in different teams. So the faster the faster. So in that moment they have a lot of fun. Because they start, to play against the other team, and it's really funny, and they learn very fast because they are playing, so it's a completely different way, just playing.
Yeah, and for example, if they finish a challenge, they are getting a new one, hardest or no?
Yes, it's just a little part of because my laboratory are art lab, so the coding is just a part, So
Okay.
I start in reality. I start by they have to draw. I let them draw the cards also, so I don't give, for example, plastic things. So they have to make the drawing. So all the part of the algorithm. So every student has made his own drawing. So this is also an engagement. And then I mix all these cards, and they have to put the algorithm in an order that I already know. So this makes them more engaged because they see their products also, and they drawings. And they scream, they become crazy like that because they want to be the first, the first team and so this is a part of my lab. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you can start with different things. You can start to add something, and then when you feel more comfortable and confident with gamification, add more or design a better experience. But it's a way to do something different, at least in the class. Something that is really important when you are thinking on start with gamification is that the rules need to be really clear from the beginning. You can't start with strange rules or change it, because when all of us start a game, we like to know every rule. Another thing that is really important is to think that the people are not interested in the same things. So I wrote they are the player types. The players are not interested in the same things. So we can find 4 different kind of players. We can find more, but the most general are 4. One of them is the socializer. It's the people who is in a game because want to socialize with the other players. So the most important part for them is to be in touch with others. So during your experience will be good to offer something for this kind of people. So for example, in my experience, I share the avatar and they can show them the avatar between the students, or for example, they can socialize the badges that they get. So for them was important. Then we have the achievers, that is the people that is in a game just to collect everything that you offer. So it's good when you are offering several things because you have some people that is getting everything. So they are collecting the green ticket, the yellow ticket, the avatar, the medals, everything. They want to collect everything. Then we have the explorer, that is this kind of player that want to know everything about the game. So they want to, for example, they want to collect some points because they want to be in the next level, not because it's important in the next level. It's just to know what they can collect in this level. So for example, during the course, I offer some medals, but when we change the chapter, I offer a new medal. And this medal is only in this chapter. If we finish to talk about functions, you can't get this medal again. So they start to practice and doing the things just to get this medal and know if there are something more. And then we have the killers, that is this kind of player that want to show the other that they are the best. And they are in a game just to win everything and want to show them, the others, oh, I'm the best. This is a little hard in education, and sometimes the teachers are curious about that because we don't want to promote this kind of attitude in our students. So you can offer maybe like the leagues and say them, oh, well done, you are in a car, just to show them that, okay, you are doing really well that, but it's not affecting the other players. So you can offer challenge just for them, not to affect the others, because of course in our class we don't want this kind of things. For example, for this kind of students or players, it's important the leaderboards. So last year I used a leaderboard, but it was not related with the math results. I give them some points if they are bringing something to share with the others in the classroom. For example, if you are getting some cookies to share with the others, you are getting some points. And I start a leaderboard with that. So I have a leaderboard in the classroom and I put in, oh, I don't know, Petra, you are the best. You are taking cookies for all of us every week. So it's a way to engage them, motivate them to do something they feel in that, oh, I'm the best in that, but it's not affecting the relationship with the math course in that. So it was nice. Okay, something more that you want to comment? I really enjoyed this talk with you. Yes, Petra.
Yes, it's so funny because I can really picture. But how did you deal when students would start to argue? You know, I mean, how old are you students before? Because I was teaching primary school, so they would like argue like, no, this is unfair and this is my reward. So I think you have to be really clear with the, yes, who gets a reward for what, and that nobody is too sad or something, that it's not like too much of a competition, but still, yeah.
It's a really good question. I don't like this situation, and I, as a teacher, I feel really uncomfortable with that. So I avoid it. I never offer only one prize for something. I offer a prize for something for each one. So, okay, I will offer points, but all of you have the opportunity to get the points. or I will offer a medal and all of you have the opportunity to get it. And it's your decision and your performance will change if you get it or not. Yeah, it's really hard. It's really hard for me as a teacher to say, no, this prize is just to Sylvia and not for you, for example. But you can manage it. Maybe if you are really clear with that, it's okay. Sometimes as a part of the experience, I use Kahoot, but it was not related with all the experience. It was only for a task or for a short time. And in this case, I bring some chocolates and I say, okay, for the first, the top 3, I will offer that. But it was just in a short moment because I don't feel comfortable with that. But it's a personal feeling, of course, that you can change. Cynthia asked something in the chat. What will be more difficult challenge design and planning gamification activities? Okay. The most difficult, in my opinion, and this is a personal opinion based on my experience, is try to add a lot of elements at the same experience. This for me is really complicated. So I prefer start with a small number of elements and components and say, okay, I want to change, I don't know, I want my student be on time in my course. So I will start to give them some medals if I come in on time to my course. And then I will add another medal if they are getting 5 of the first medals. And then I will give you another kind of reward if you are getting 7 days trick or something like that. Because if you start to think in a really complex gamified experience, it's too much, and it's too much to manage when you don't have experience. So this is my opinion. I hope it's okay, Cynthia.
I have another question, but maybe my English is not so good. I'm from Peru. Thank you for being here.
Don't worry, my English is also not good, so don't worry.
I usually have in LATAM with rural areas, with teachers, maybe probably not with access to technology. And not only the problem is about the access, is the problem about the mindset about using technology. So I have 2 problems here, maybe about the culture and the way that they have to incorporate the technology, and I can do something about what they think and why they are not so favored about using some kind of technology. But maybe about the pedagogical competencies or something, because in order to promote the use of technology, I need to start with something simple, like you say, not complex game or something, but with just a pen and a piece of paper. So just like this. So I was thinking about that. What could be the best way to start with this kind of teachers of a school that they don't have technology, they want to prove new methods. Gamification could be one of them, but how to start? So what would you recommend?
Yeah, you can start with a paper and a pencil. This, of course, is the most simple way to start and without technology. And you can prepare a good dashboard, or you can prepare a good map with different stages or islands or points that the student need to be there. And then you can, for example, I'm thinking now loud. You can say, okay, in the first island, you need to collect a tool to protect a monster. And so you are making an experience. When you finish some task, you are taking parts of the tool just to protect a monster because you have a story behind the game. And then if you are in another island, you are getting food for the monster. So you are collecting apples, bananas, I don't know, cookies. So you can start with that. And this you can prepare only in paper. offer the students a dashboard or put in the classroom in some place a lot of apples, and the people is taking it when they finish the task, for example, and putting in the notebooks, no, in the computer, in the notebook, in the traditional notebooks, and you are posting there or something like that. It's an idea, just Cynthia, but yes, of course, you can do only with paper and pencil.
Thanks. How about to teach technology's ability? I mean, I was learning, or I want to research about computational thinking, but unplug computational thinking. So this is the way that I need to start with them, with unplug competencies about computational thinking, and then show the tools or show the technology. But well, I read a lot of information, but I was thinking about the best practice or some practice that maybe like you share, you know, in a school, or maybe some of the people here can share some experience, yeah, about teaching or try to
don't worry
about the computational thinking. I mean, when you look for information, you can find like abstraction, like a cognitive, a competence, like a decomposition, like I don't know, evaluation, I think one of the other. So if I have these like goals or these competence, cognitive competence, how can I do activities to promote computational thinking and plan?
Yeah, maybe in this way, I think the problem is not about the gamification news, it's more about the kind of activities or ideas that you need to plan to teach computational thinking and plan. But of course, you can start. I'm thinking now, I'm not sure about this is a good idea or no, but maybe you can start without technology and start to incorporate technology in your gamified experience little by little. So, okay, if you do that without technology, it's okay, but if you do with technology, it's better. So you are promoting and challenge them to use technology. Maybe this can be a way to do that. But yeah, maybe you need, I'm thinking, maybe you need to organize your idea about what do you want to teach or what do you want they learn, and then start to incorporate the games elements to that, to promote the things that you want to change in your teachers or the students.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Then Sylvia, there are a lot of games that are not computer games, board games, book games. You can use similar elements to gamify your class. Exactly. Remember the beginning of the talking. No, don't confuse gamification with serious games. But yes, you can use games elements for the board games or this kind of games that are without technology. For example, in the most classic board games, all of us, we have an avatar. Of course, it's not a technological avatar or a virtual avatar, but all of us, we have these kind of things, colorful things that represent you in the game. So, of course, you can see the dynamics or the mechanics or the elements for the board games to take some ideas. Yes, thanks, Sylvia, for your opinion. Okay, well, we are on time, more than on time. So thank you to be here. I hope the talk was clear and inspired you to use gamification. And if you have any question, you can write me. I will give you my email by chat. You can write in English or in Spanish if you feel better with that. because I can see some people also like Cynthia, Diego, Zaira, that they speak Spanish in the mother tongue, so it's better maybe. I'm not sure. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that was really nice. Thank you. Thank you, all of you. And thank you for the people who is taking part of that and participating. Helps a lot. And next Friday, we have the last session of these 4 sessions webinars from JKU. It's another one about 3D modeling. Is Eva, I don't know if you were here last time. Eva is improving the last ideas, so I hope see you next week. Bye-bye. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you to be here. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.